Our first topic is form. So I have here a an HTML. So I will add the doc type. The type of my HTML is doc type HTML. So it's a version of my HTML. So we're going to create a form. Kabla na mo ani, dapat hindi na mo i-discuss yung body and whatsoever. So inside of the body, we're going to add the form. Form. So how to add the form is medyo tas-tas sa kanya, pero go. So let's put the start tag of form and end tag of form. So inside of this form tags, nanatay start tag, naabot tay end tag, diba? So sulod ani is magbutang na taog type or content sa atong form. So kapitan label, label taog say first name, label na siya, then end tag sa label, and sa first name magbutang taog input type. So may input type mga atong first name. So input type is equals to siya nga input type text. Later on I will discuss the different input type. Aside sa text, na i-checkbox, na i-review button, dagani sila. So later on I will discuss those input type. Then placeholder. So may placeholder. So mara siya og title sa input box. I forgot the name. Basta mara siya og title. Later on trying to discuss. So say your name. That. Okay. So natay first name sa ato ning i-run. So natay first name so ato ning i-run. So how nata sa tong folder mo may katong akong gi-discuss niyo previous sa karaan pa ni. So ako ra siyang gi-edit. So mo ni ang sulod. And ako siyang i-run ha. Okay. So as you can see, akong i-zoom para maklaro. So we have the label of Okay, natay label nga first name and iyang input text box. Just me. Text box na. So as you can see, ang placeholder is a title or somewhat a caption to your text box. Okay, so let's add another one. So ako rin siyang kopyahon kay kapoy nag-include. So aside sa first name, we have to ako magdilitan. We have to write the last name. And then input type is text. It's because input type. So kani manggod ato magonggi what type siya mag-input. So it's a text. It composed of letters. So ang aking input type niya is text. Later on, I will discuss different input types. And then placeholder your last name. Like that. So ato siyang save, Control S, then press. So first name and last name. Yan na. So natin first name and last name. Next is we have another value. Let's say drop down. For drop down, let's say label. Ato i-label is label taog lain. We have first name, last name, and country. So, sorry. Gender na lang. Gender. So, and then, and tag og label. So, atong one is male and female. So, ato siya create of drop down. So, how? So, we have to tag select. Because in a drop down, we're going to select which content are we going to choose. So, for example, so gender is we have male and female, right? So, ato siya i-select. So, that's why select tag atong A. Okay. So, we have the start tag of select and the end tag of select. Okay. And here. So, we have the option, space, value is equals to, so may value niya. So, isulod. So, we have male. Muna yung sulod. So, ato siyang butangan o male nga option. And tag na male. So, which means, male atong makitaan. Pag atong i-click si male, muna yung value niya, male. So, same pod. So, another option is female. Okay. So, we have female. And then, that's it. So, we have to end tag the option. So, option, iyahong attribute, which, you know already what is attributes, right? So, option, and then the value niya. So, which means, kani si male, kani siya, kaning dark, kani nga male, siya may name ra, may muchos ta, sa nga name, pero ang value niya, pag atong i-click ni si male, iyang value nga makita is male. Then, try to save, and let's run. Okay. So, gender, makita man nato no, male or female. Oops, sorry. So, male and male, it's because male man eh. So, it's female. So, Control S and then run. So, we have male and male. Female. So, kung ako i-click si female, natural, female ang magawas is because po may yahong value. Female. Then, male. Female. Okay, so, marine. Female. Okay, so that's it. So, we're going to create a submit button. So, how to create a submit button? Submit button is another input type. So, what type is submit? So, input type is equals to, it's a submit. Mana iyahong input type. Submit button na lang magasa na. So, iyahong value is what? Is equals to submit. Mana iyahong name. Sa iyahong button, so you have submit. And in tag of form. So, ito siyang ikaan, run. So, we have submit. Something na parang iso. Bungkag siya. Later on, unyan ako ni A, break later on. Kaya magama pa ako of CSS ani. So, we have to div it. Natural. So, if we're going to create a form, bulag man is sila of you know na form is different structure in HTML. So, mag-div ta niya. Div tag form and end tag puta of. So, pa in kaso nata i-add nga value, lahi siya nga container. Lahi lang na container. Okay. So, that's it. So, we're going to run this one. So, siya. Now, we're going to create a CSS of this one. So, how? Control N. And then, mag-create of CSS niya. So, itong input. Input. Then, bracket. Unsa man nga input? Kay we have lots of input, diba? Natay input type nga text, diba? Naputay input type nga submit, diba? Ang type ang akong giminha. So, atong unahon ning input type nga text, diba? So, kaning atong i-call is kaning text nga attribute nga type. So, how to create that one? Mostly manggod kung mo-create, diba, kung makaing-ani, atong buhaton is magbutang pataog input, o siya nga class, diba? Nga class, diba? And then, is equals to, ana-ana man, diba? So, ka-input man ni. No need to create a class, but instead, we just call the type of input. So, type is equals to text. Then, comma. Then, we have to select. Okay. So, let's put the width is equals to 100%. Percent akong gamit. And then, you have to add the padding. Okay, ha. Ito sa ni-save. Okay. So, I'm going to save this one. But before, I'm going to check kung unsa akong ibutan dere. So, it's a style.css. style.css. So, ako siyang i-save. Sa usa sila og folder. So, diri man to nako na save. Sa document na ko and then web. So, web. Ako siyang giusaan ni. So, ako siyang save style.css. Yan, save. So, input type, ating can differentiate brown. So, input type, ang atong gi-call is, ang input type nga text. So, kani siya, kani atong designan, kani nga input type nga text. So, which means kani, first name o last name, as well as atong gibutang comma, input type is equal to text and the select. So, the select one, asa man tong input, select kani siya. So, which means, atong designan ang first name, kani kay text man siya, the first name and the last name, as well as the label. I mean, as well as the select. Kaning select. So, kaning to na atong designan. Kaya mo na atong gi-call, input type nga text, ug ang select. So, we have to try this one. So, atong gibutan og width, which is 100%. Okay. So, nausap na siya, diba? Alang, para maklaro. Hope maklaro siya. Ako lang maanaan. Okay, so width is 100%. So, if ever kung tangtangon yung width, na akong i-save, that will happen. So, guba siya, diba? So, kung batang, ilang mga width nila is 100%. So, pag-run ako. Okay, that's the width nila. 100% like tibuok, iyahong width. So, that's why tibuok ang iyang na-cover. Kaya give 100% man ako. Diba? Unless kung ako ni 50%, then which means nara siya sa tunga. Like that. So, na half. Diba siya? Kaya na naman 50% para mo lang ipili. But I choose the 100%. And if we're going to run it, then the entire page ang iyang accommodate. Okay, and we have the padding. You know what's padding? Na sa box model. So, like, we have the padding, the margin, kauban na sila. Okay, actually, naman guni, kanisla na siya margin daan. Na po ni padding daan, but wala na to siya, di na to sila makita. It's because wala man gud na to sila gi-specify or wala na to sila gi-call. Diba? Pero naa na siya, di lang makita ka, wala na to gi-customize. So, karon atong i-customize. Padding is 12px and 20px, like the right and the left. So, akong i-save and then i-refresh. Okay. So, what's the difference? The difference between, okay. So, yung right and top. 12px, so may ispugin dari hat kaning left side, which is 12px, and 20px is, I guess, it's the top or the bottom. Let's try it. So it's the top as well as the bottom. 12 sa kilid, left and right, and 20 po sa up and down. So manan yung ano. I'm going to check if nag-record ba siya. Okay, go. And then, after that, you have to write the margin. 8px. Sorry, error. Margin. You have 8px. And 0. Pwede. 0 raw. No need to put px. Kay 0 bulay value. Okay, so, hata na siya margin. And then, display, we have to put isa siya nga display in line dash block. So let's save it. Okay. And then atong ikon ayang border, tanto border design. So 1px solid, and then hashtag ccc text hex color na siya ha. Okay, so this is the border, the kani. So these are the border ngayon dito. And we're going to put a border radius, border dash radius d IUS, border radius is 4px. So, pag atong kaning iyang radius is kilid, mo curve, okay, ni curve siya. So, para mas klaro, sa pa ako yung 40 ha, para maklaro. Tingin nyo, ako yung 40, may mo siya in-ani. Nice pa po siya, it looks cute. Maybe dili kay siya kuan-ano akong browser, dili kay niya support no. But I will try another browser daw. Hope ma-support niya ako ginama. Okay. So, sino Japan? Never mind. Back. After that is after border radius, so we have to customize the cursor, which is pointer. Control S. No, bantay mo. Pointer iyahong. Dili siya atong underline. Bantay man ang cursor nga akong gikurog-kurog. So, pag atong i-cover sa text box, mahimong siyang pointer. Diba? Dili siya atong underline. Kaya kung akong tangtangon akong i-save ha. Mahimong siyang Aurora. Diba? Kani is bantay ka. Mahimong Marsha of Lara atong line. Mag-letter I. Kani is Aurora. So, if ato i-customize itong cursor, may mo siyang, which means pointer, then may mo siyang kamot, mara siyang kamot. Actually, we have lots of cursor properties. So, you have to explore the cursor properties. You have to add also an image, pwede ganit picture, emoticon sa inyong i-cursor. So, naraan siya ito. Lain ako search. Okay. Because not all the topics is spoon-feed na ako ha. No. So, after input type, sorry. Di siya bagay. So, ako siyang box sizing. Tag box sizing. And then, pwede siya dili siya butangan ani. Pwede, depende ninyo. Pwede ninyo kung ganahan mo, pwede pa dili sa oras ang dugangan. So, if I'm going to, let's do that. Hindi mo siyang block. Color block. So, if ever wala, box sizing, border box. Let's see yan. Okay. Bala ka doon. Wala na. Okay. So, next is, we already customized the first name at the text box of first name, last name, and this one, the drop down. So, atong buhaton is, yes, supported day siya. No, look. So, next is, we have to customize the submit button. This one. Okay, so how? Let me zoom. So, let's call input. Same, kanis taas sa atong kopyahon. So, atong i-call input type is equals to submit. Okay, submit. Ako siyang i-call lang. And then, so, I'm gonna put the width, which is 100%. The background dash color is na magugay copy ra, so according lang for CAF50, and the color, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot this one, and the color is white. It is the color of our font, you know that already, no need to discuss. Padding is next to the margin, something like that, so we have to put 14px left and right, and 20px top and bottom, I mean. Okay, and margin as well, we have to put margin to margin. Okay, 8px left and right, and 0 for top and bottom. So if we're going to save this one, as you look, the submit button that's going to run if work ba siya or not. Okay, let's see. So ni work siya. Right. Yeah, right. Now, so we have the width 100%. Background color is, this one is color green. Actually, kinuha ko lang. Actually, I just get this one sa web. I didn't memorize everything. I don't want to memorize all the codes or the hex numbers. I don't need to, so I have to search it lang. And the WHE schools also help me. Hope you do so. And after margin, so let's say I'm going to write border, which is none. I don't need to put something in border. No design. So yeah, so it's an empty. And atong butangan og border radius. So border dash radius is since it's 40, so 40 na lang ba ito, 40px. And our cursor, atong butangan cursor ha. Cursor, we're going to customize it, and it's a pointer. Para pagkuha na to, click na to ani, so kamot ang gawas. So let's run it. I saved it, and okay, that's it. So this is my a very simple form. Just a very simple form. So another thing is to hover this one, kaning button. So let's call this one. Kaya gapon siya. Atong butangan og bisan iyang hover. So same, the input, which is the type, which is the submit type, ako siyang butangan og design. So how I know animation. So we have to so unsaon pag-animate kung ato siya i-hover, di ba? So let's say this one. So I call the input type, which is the submit, and type hover. After that, kung ako siya hover, won't say ang background color. So, background dash color is, let's say, number sign 45A049, something like that. And that one, I saved it and run it. So, if ako siyang i-hover, okay mo, darken siya, diba? Yeah. And what if ako siya i-hover mo, red aning akong text. So, if ako siya i-hover, ang color sa text is red. So, something like that. So, if I'm going to save it and run it, and if I'm going to hover it, yeah, red siya. Okay. Aside from that I'm going to design the whole form. So, since gidiv man nato ang form, diba? So, ang div akong i-call. Pwede po ang form, pero since div, this one is the entire container of your form, so I'm going to call the div. And since siya po ang nag-div, so, siya akong i-select. So, it's a div. Okay, it's a div. And then, border dash radius. Sorry. So, I have to put the border dash radius. It's, let's say, 5px. So, look this one. I saved it. And if I run it, nothing's happened. It's because wala pa man ako siya. Di ba talaga background color? Wala po na ako. Di man siya makita kung wala ko yung background color, di ba? So, it's actually na-adjust siya, but we cannot see. It's because wala na ako i-call. Ang size ni border radius, but we didn't see asa ang form nga construction, diba? Kaya wala na to specific nga butakan og mga colors. So, let's say, let's put a background color. Number sign, F2, this one. The common color. So, I use this. I'm going to use that. So, I saved it and okay, mantay mo. Ta-da! So, this one. Your name, first name, last name, and male and female. Okay. So, aside from that, we're going to put padding, which is 20px. Okay, so 20px. Lapaw man ni siya. I don't know ano siyang nilapaw. So, if mulapaw siya, kung mulapaw man ganit, itong 90% niya, or basta hindi radyo supported sa akong browser. Okay. So, since 90% na ako, so, dili tanang form ang iyong makuan, pero at least kita siya naman. So, what if ako siya 95? If ako siya 95%, then go back. It's because wala ko nag-margin. So, let's go back to 90%. And that's it. Okay. Pwede siya 100% ninyo. Okay. So, that's it. This is the form. Hope you got it. And if you have any question, please comment.